Hello and welcome to As Built, the podcast about architecture firms and buildings and how both get built. I am your co-host, Patience Jones. With me is
Brian Jones,
your other co-host. Thank you for joining us. Today, we're talking about discoverability. What is it?
Well,
Go.
Yes. So discoverability is a term that we use to sort of encompass all the ways that you are found as a firm. And that could incorporate both things that are online and offline. And it gets to the core of just every platform, media, personal touch, etc., that could be part that shapes in part how people come to know about you. So that might mean SEO, it might mean social media, definitely your website, any content that you prepare, how you're perceived or found on AI, and then your relationships and networking and your presence in your community.
I feel like there's like a bajillion ways for people to research and find information now. And so discoverability is basically saying, okay, what are the most likely of those bajillion ways? And how do we make sure that we are fully on those places with enough information so that people can find us, know what we're about, and contact us?
And I think that we want to be clear that this isn't just a substitute for search optimization. So this is a much broader look at the multitude of ways that you can be found.
Think of it as, and I know that there will be people that feel very strongly that this is not accurate, so I'm just, fine. But think of it as search engine optimization is for search engines. It's for looking for something online using Google or Yelp or DuckDuckGo or whatever. What we are talking about is essentially search engine optimization, but for every type of way that people look for things. So people look for information about firms through LinkedIn, Pinterest, Reddit, Instagram, at conferences, in magazines, over coffee, on YouTube, TikTok. I mean,
it's everywhere.
Because it can be. I mean, we have created a situation where you can find all kinds of things in the way that is most friendly to how you think and how you receive information. So we have to be competitive. We have to be where those people are and presenting information in ways that resonates with them and is also appropriate for that platform.
I think one of the things that, is the obvious question is like, why does this matter to me if I'm running a firm, or why is this important to me? And I think the big takeaway is that you want to be known because you would like to get hired to do work. I mean, that's kind of the core. And so if people don't know that you exist, they probably can't hire you. I mean, it's a fairly simple, straightforward thing, but it holds true even now.
Or they know that you exist, they've heard of you, but they don't know what you do, or they have the wrong idea about what you do. And we are seeing, I think now, the generational difference between how people understand information is greater than it has ever been. So if you think about a prospective client in their office, the person who ultimately makes the decisions says to somebody who's, a junior person or mid-level person, go and find 4 architecture firms that could handle this kind of work. How that person does that research is going to be informed almost exclusively by what generation they are in.
Yeah.
And if you are not where they look for information, then you will not get floated as a possible contender.
And taking that to the next logical step, which is it isn't just only about being found specifically in the place that they want to be found, but also creating content and information in a way that can be consumed based upon that platform, which is a key component. Gone are the days when you could just take the same thing and blast it everywhere.
Those days never should have existed in the first place.
Fair.
It's akin to, and I'm going to use these super aged examples so that everyone will understand what I mean, hopefully. It's the same as if you did a print ad and then radio came out as a medium and then television came out as a medium. And instead of crafting an ad for radio, you just had somebody read the text of your print ad. And then your television ad was just somebody reading your print ad but being filmed doing it. That's how disparate the idea seems when you do things today that are the same thing going out on every single platform. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't respond to how that platform was created and what it was designed to do, and most importantly, what people expect to see and find when they go there.
And you're alluding to something too, which is it isn't just about the one time being discovered. It's also about the making that impression and making that lasting impression. And so in order to truly be discovered, this isn't like I found you on Google search and now I know everything about you. It's maybe like, I happened to look you up. Oh, I saw a social post. Oh, I talked to a person. Mm-hmm. These all represent the realm of discoverability. And the important thing is to see them as working in concert with one another, and also that they are all equally necessary. You can't just turn one off and hope that it all works out. It really is a moment where you have to be, working in each of those areas, and it's super important.
And you make a good point too about the supportive nature of all of these elements. It is almost worse to have inconsistent messages on different platforms than to not be found. Mm-hmm. Because if, let's say, your LinkedIn profile says that you work in education architecture and that's your specialty, and then somebody goes to your website and it says, no, actually your specialty is hospitals and healthcare, and then there's a review from somebody that said, like, what you're really great at is warehousing. Like, people aren't going to know what they're getting. It's just really important to be consistent, yet to have how that consistency is delivered vary based on the platform.
Yeah. Keeping that together it's a large task.
Yeah. I mean, I know that this probably sounds incredibly exhausting and daunting, and it shouldn't be daunting. And it's not that it's not exhausting, because it can be, but the goal is to find how to make your consistent messaging, and then the different implementations of it will be much easier.
I mean, something that's true in marketing, and definitely for discoverability, is that you can't just do one thing all in and then none of the other things. That marketing is usually most effective when you pull a little bit on each lever. And you may not be doing everything at like level 10, but you might be doing everything at like level 2 or 3. And that overall effort is raising your profile.
Yeah. And there will be things that, yes, will be a waste of time. Like, should you be on MySpace? Probably not. So it's not that you have to be on every platform, at a level, as you put, like a level 11 all the time. It's that you have to think about, okay, who do we want to find us? Where are they? Let's be there.
And then also, like, the generation behind them, how do we start to build and cultivate that so that by the time that they are at the age that can start to make decisions, that we've seeded, awareness of us?
Because it will be a lot easier if people are aware of you as they come up, and it is far easier to get on somebody's finalist list or to be awarded a project when they know about you before they are looking for somebody.
Keep in mind that On an average day, people are bombarded with brand messages and information in all kinds of formats, from casually walking down the street to using their device to being in front of their computer, and so on and so on. And within that, they're just being bombarded. And so it's very, very important to remember that people don't consume what you're up to in a vacuum. It's a part of this other larger world. And you have to be mindful of that, that you're producing in a way that resonates, but also that you're there consistently enough that it creates an impact that can be lasting and can be perceived.
And stands out from all of the noise. And the way that you stand out from the noise is not by being the noisiest person in the room.
No.
It's by helping people, by giving them the information that they need, making it easy for them to find, meeting them where they are, not saying, well, this is how we present information and this is the one place we do it. And if you don't like that, oh, well.
And meeting them where they are, I really want to highlight that, where it's easy to think that people are coming to you and then you get to define the entire relationship, but that you need to take that into consideration, that you are meeting them and on mutual ground in ways that you will have to mold to what their needs are. And if they can choose to continue to be involved, then they find ways to, conform to you. But it's a two-way street.
And it doesn't have to be. You can certainly opt out and you can say, you know what, all we're going to do is print brochures that we keep inside our office. And if somebody wants to know about us, they can come there and take a print brochure. That is your right. That's your choice. But you are opting out of a significant portion of the market.
Almost all of it.
Probably so.
Yep.
I mean, I'm not sure that the person that's super excited to come to your office to get a brochure because it's the way they can get information is going to be a really great client, but I could be wrong.
Yep.
Well, thank you for discovering us. We are glad that you joined us for this episode, and we will see you next time.